You're sitting there trying to decide between the burger and the salad, and you pick the salad because that's the responsible choice. That's the choice a person who's trying makes. You order the crispy chicken Caesar or the Cobb with extra cheese and a side of ranch, and when the server walks away, you're feeling pretty damn good about yourself. I need to tell you something before your next lunch order, because that salad might be quietly doing more damage than the burger that you turned down. I'm Debbie, a holistic nutritionist for 15 years now, and what that means is that I look at the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And today we're looking at how a food that reads as the healthiest option on the entire damn menu can, in practice, land you further from your goals than the option you felt guilty about not ordering. Salad has a great reputation. It's the food people order when they're trying to eat better. The option that shows up on every diet list, and the thing you pick when you want to signal, even just to yourself, that you're making an effort. Vegetables, leafy greens, how could that possibly be the problem? It isn't. The vegetables were never the damn issue. The issue is all the other shit that gets piled on top of them and how completely uncounted that pile is every single time. Let's start with the dressing, because this is where the damage really begins. Most restaurants and bottled salad dressings are oil-based, and oil is extremely calorie dense, roughly 9 calories per gram, more than double what you'd get from the same weight of sugar. Shock, right? A generous restaurant-style pour of ranch, Caesar, or a creamy vinaigrette can easily carry 3, 4, sometimes even 500 calories in the dressing alone. And that's if they're following, like their standard style and you haven't asked for extra dressing. And this is before you've even had a single piece of lettuce. And restaurants do not measure lightly. That little dressing cap that comes on top, when you do it yourself at home, that is literally a serving size, by the way. Who the fuck eats that little dressing on their salad? The ladle that the restaurants used coats the entire bowl, and it's built for flavor, not portion control. Nobody working the line is thinking about your calorie budget. They're thinking about making sure the salad tastes good enough so that you order it again the next time. Now, let's talk about what's riding on top of those greens, because this is where a salad quietly turns into a much bigger meal than it looks like. You might have candied nuts, which are basically sugar-coated fat, dried cranberries, which are fruit with most of the water taken out and then added sugar back in, crispy wonton strips or fried tortilla strips, which are just a fried carbohydrate doing its best impression of a crouton, a generous handful of shredded cheese, and maybe some bacon bits for extra good measure. Each one of these on their own seems small. A sprinkle here, a handful there, but they stack, and none of them are being portioned or measured. And by the time you've got 4 or 5 of these just a little extra toppings sitting on your greens, you've built something closer to a dessert and cheese board hybrid than a light lunch. And here's the part that tends to catch so many people off guard. A loaded restaurant salad, like a Cobb or crispy chicken Caesar, a big Southwest salad with all of the extras, can regularly land in the same calorie range as a cheeseburger, or higher, sometimes significantly higher once you account for the full pour of the dressing and the generous portions of toppings. You didn't order the burger because you're trying to make a responsible choice. You may have just eaten the same meal in calories anyway, or maybe more calories, and it's dressed up in a bowl instead of a bun, the vegetables didn't do that. Everything else surrounding it did. So this works because salad carries a health halo the same way that bran or multigrain does. The base ingredient is genuinely good for you, so your brain stops paying attention to everything else that's going to get stacked on top. Nobody sits there mentally tallying calories while ordering a salad because the entire category just feels like it's exempt from that kind of scrutiny. That's exactly the gap where the extra few hundred or 1,000 calories slip in unnoticed meal after meal. So this is the part that makes this useful instead of just depressing. You don't need to give up eating out to fix this. You just need to learn how to order properly. If you want the salad, order it smart. Ask for a real protein on top, like salmon or grilled chicken or something that actually fills you up, not some deep fried breaded whatever that's going to go on top. Ask for the dressing on the side or skip it altogether, or ask if they've got a house-made vinaigrette or maybe just oil and vinegar. You can ask. I don't care what they say, you can ask. Most kitchens will do it, they just don't advertise it because the pre-made stuff is a hell of a lot cheaper for them. Skip the croutons and the cheese, not because you can't have them, but because at most places they're really not very good quality. Cheap shredded cheese and bagged croutons just aren't worth the calories that they're costing you. Or flip the whole thing. Order the burger. If it is a genuine, house-made, real quality meat on a bed of lettuce instead of a bun, and then pile those extra veggies on top. You get the actual protein you were craving and you skip the refined carbs, and it will keep you full a hell of a lot longer than the salad would have without it. And don't be afraid to order off menu. Most restaurants deal with this constantly, and they're customized orders now because of allergies, preferences, or whatever. Kitchens, they're used to it. Most places will build exactly what you're describing, no questions asked, if you just ask. Yes, you can make all of this cheaper at home and probably healthier as well. Nobody's going to argue that. But when you're out and the bill's not entirely on you, this is how you can order without the guilt tax. So the next time you're sitting at the table feeling good about choosing the salad over the burger, just double check what's actually in the bowl before you give yourself full credit for ordering that. Or better yet, order smart enough that you don't have to choose between them at all. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more No BS nutrition advice, and I'll see you in the next one.